Hello, everybody. Hopefully, everybody's doing good today. We're going to be doing playing some of the Mardu lists that I got up on screen, and then looking for some deck submissions as well. Let's kick into it. This is kind of a fun one because it has two different planeswalkers in it. It's kind of a control-y build. It doesn't actually have any creatures in it. You do have cores and annexes for the life gain and damage combo. And the Elspeth can create creatures as well as the other guy. The elephant guy canned. We'll try this one. Get him tap land. Keep the get lost up. Well, actually, let's go after their hand here. Ooh. Battlefront is probably what we're going to be targeting here. Just because that can hit multiple things. I don't think they can kill this. No. Get our core down. We have inevitable defeat. The question is, do we go after the extruder? I kind of think we do. We don't need them creating all these creatures. He does have United Battlefront. Weapons manufacturing. Well, it's a good thing that we got rid of the his extruder. We just get the Elspeth down. Plus.
The real battle begins.
He does have the Pinnacle, which is unfortunate.
Join the fight.
We'll see if he casts it now. Another Battlefront. We pitched a Battlefront out of his hand, and he cast 2 Battlefronts. So he had 3 Battlefronts in the top 14 cards. Hey, what's up, Robert? We're playing a Mardu deck. It has a couple different planeswalkers. It has Elspeth and Canned in it. There's no creatures in the deck, but it can create creatures. Ooh, get rid of my core. Well, we get this down as well. We're going to basically force him to use the Pinnacle next turn. We're going to be taking a lot of damage because we want him to get rid of this. We are going to do the plus here just so he can't kill it off with the death of these 3 things. It's Mardu, so it's red, white, and black. Definitely interesting. Got our core back. Okay, it does 6 damage. Is he going to kill our Planeswalker? Oh, he's 7 damage with that. Or 8 damage, I should say. So he's going to go after Elspeth completely here. We do have 4 Elspeths in the deck, so
You can still win this.
pass. My turn. Speak of the devil.
So long as we fight.
We can all
It's an awful lot of creatures. We can go after an enchantment. Let's destroy that. Probably should have done that last turn before it did all the damage to Elspeth. Now he has another one. He doesn't have that many cards in hand, at least. That was a pretty good one for them. I think we're going to plus again.
Join the fight.
I require your expertise.
He can kill this. He has weapons manufacturing, so I'm going to hold that back. The nice thing about this deck is they can sweep your board, and then the next turn you just got a massive board again. That's fine. We do have 4 Get Lost in the deck as well, so hopefully we can find another one of those. Get rid of the other weapons manufacturing. And he has... That's not good. He has a way to get rid of... Yeah, he does. So that's 20 damage right there. That's quite a bit. Going after the Planeswalkers. And we're left with 1.
Even in this darkness, light will shine.
I mean, we still have decent creatures. I mean, they're dead on board if they just get a... Well, I guess they can create a creature. They didn't go after our life total. They went after our Planeswalkers.
Never go it alone.
Yep. We'll stay alive one more turn. Did we get him? All right, GG's. This is actually a pretty fun deck. I'll show you the list here, Robert. So it's a pretty control-y type list. We do have 4 Get Lost, 4 Soul Searches just to get good stuff out of their hand really early. Sieges just to create additional creatures on the ground with us every turn. Core, Day of Judgment, we got 4 of those for just sweeping. Inevitable Defeat is nice to get rid of those enchantments or artifacts that you need to. 4 Elspeths, 2 Ultimas, so that matchup right there would have been a good one to get rid of artifacts with this. Deadly Cover-Up, we got 2 of those as well. 2 Cans, and then 4 Annexes for the Core Annex combo. All in all, a pretty fun deck. He would have done 20 damage to our face, so we would have been down to 1. And then I don't think he could have got that final damage in on that one. Well, he had 5. Actually, is that 20? 5, 2, Yeah, that should be 20, right? Okay, opponent goes first. This is an interesting hand. We'll try it. Yeah, I think it could be an annoying one, especially if you're like a creature deck. But then again, it goes hard against artifacts as well, so probably do a soul search. Ooh, Annex. That'll be a good one to get rid of. They're gonna drop their Ajani next turn. Do that for the Planeswalker. Just get our core out. They have a soul search of their own. They're basically playing a version of our deck, almost. Does the munition still hit for 2? Oh yeah, never mind. It only hits for 2. For some reason I was thinking with 2 weapons on the field it hit for 4. So you're right. It's just 14 max. For some reason I kept thinking two of the weapons, or 2 of the weapons causes it to trigger twice, but it doesn't work that way. Didn't change our line of play, fortunately, so that was good. This is a cute little frog. All right, we got the Unholy Annex. We got to Get Lost, and Elspeth and Can. So the neat thing is Elspeth and Can work really well together, just because Elspeth's ability here allows you to make 2 of the 3/2 White Spirit tokens. We are missing white, I just noticed. I think you got that right, Gustav. This is gonna be a hard matchup if we're not drawing white. We didn't get white. I probably would have kept it up for the slick shot. So are we even alive this turn? Hey, there's a white. I don't really have it in here for the exile portion. The Discover 4 and the +1 are the big abilities. That Discover 4 can allow us to find a sweeper, which is really nice. But it's more to create creatures, because the 3/2 body every turn is pretty strong. So the idea is we're sweeping the board a lot, so if we can follow it up right after our sweeper to put a 3/2 on the battlefield on the same turn, that's pretty strong. Soul Search. I think we still want to keep this open. We're going to end up... I guess we can't sweep... Well, I guess we're going to end up sweeping next turn if we can get a white mana. We're going to take a lot of damage this turn. Core. Need land. Does he go for it? He does. Now, unfortunately, I'm going to have to hit the show off because he's going to have other stuff he's doing. But he's going to end up replaying this. I could just go after this to prevent the card draw But I think we'd be doing... maybe that is the play. And then just hope that we hit next turn. I think no matter what, we're just in trouble here. It prevents the card draw. I think the card draw is the big factor there. We'll see if he has additional stuff. If he just starts snapping these, so then we know they didn't have anything else in hand. 6, that's 10. Okay, gotta land. Okay, we have to sweep the board here. And we did not find it. That is a GG. It is a deck I think is showing to be the best deck in the format. At least on Arena for best of 1. All the stats that I've been watching that one pretty closely. It seems like it has the highest win percentage across the board consistently. Other decks will peak above it occasionally, but yeah, it really seems like it's the one. There's one, I forgot what matchup it is. It has one really bad matchup though. But all the other matchups seem like favorable to them. I'm trying to remember what the matchup was. It was a control matchup, I think, that it has a really hard problem with. Maybe it's not a control matchup. Maybe that's the one they do good against. Yeah, the control matchup I think they do good against. It was some other matchup. I can't remember what it was. Well, we'll try this one. We need to get to our second planes. I gotta adjust the mana on this. I don't have the mana set up right on this deck. I forgot. I wanted to adjust it before I started stream. We need to put more do lands in here. Better. Right on time. Okay. Put the shredder out here. We'll probably sacrifice one of these. Got shredder on top. Great. He didn't leave it. That's interesting. Get 4 down. Well, we're not going to Ultima. They had Judgment, possibly. Oh, he had another one in hand. That's why he pushed it. Okay, since he has all these counters, we'll just Day of Judgment next turn. Oh, we got another one. And then we can get our canned down next turn. There's another color. Has haste too, which is pretty good. He's getting... Well, he's pulling the one back. Okay. Counter tap. I think we'll just do this and plus it. And we will just block.
Go on. Tell your story.
He can cast his other color. Oh, that was a nice one for them.
Miss the library.
He's doing it. Gotta get lost. Alright. He has a third color. Yeah, we're in trouble here. We need like an annex. Hmm. He can cast 2 more, or does he not have enough? No, he has enough to cast everything. Yeah, I think he's got us. Too much recursion between those. Just they're not able to keep them off the battlefield. I think we'll just move on to the next game. See what else other people are playing tonight. This is the first time. Ooh, I meant to fix the land on this thing. Let's go back. Look at the deck here. We probably want more white in there, obviously. So Boros. Do Sacred Foundries. I think that will be enough. It just gives us the extra white, so we can get the double white. What do we got? An early Windcrag Siege is kind of interesting. So Soul Search into Windcrag. We do need red. We'll try it. Spyglass Siren. What is everybody else up to tonight? A lot of removal. Probably get rid of the Betrayal. We don't want them to toss our graveyard because of our Black Sweeper. Oh, I should have went after Bitter because of the Planeswalker. I think we're just going to ramp into a Sweeper at this point. Pitched Enduring. Interesting. He must have another one in hand or something. We'll just get the siege down. We'll put it on Jeskai. Well, I got rid of one of our sweepers. Fortunately, we have the right land breakdown. As long as we get any untapped land, we're going to be good. I do have an exile deck that I was playing. We can try that one out next. I'll show you which one it was. I'm trying to remember. I think that was a list that I got off MTG decks, but I have to make sure. Soul Search can go out. We just didn't find our land like we needed. Well, let's Soul Search, and then we can get rid of the Bitter Triumph. There's no reason to draw right now for him. I don't know what he's waiting on. Drowner's not a big deal. I guess it is another 2 damage, right? Maybe Drowner is the play. That's what he was debating. Yeah, the exile deck. Actually, did I post an exile deck? It's hard to remember all the decks that I've posted. There's one this week I thought I posted. Hold on. Pass. Yeah, the exile deck I posted yesterday, actually. Or no, exile deck's today. So if you look at my channel, I actually posted an exile deck today. It's a Orzhov deck. We'll block. Oh, shoot. I double clicked on that by accident. Well, if we don't get a land, there it is. All right. You know what we could have actually done is we could have done Get Lost last turn, and then we could have Deadly Cover Up and got rid of their Enduring Curiosity, which would have been an interesting play. Yep, they're going to do that to gain 2 life. By the way, Kignade, it's good to see you. Kato's really good.
The house will just try to keep up.
Really glad we held on to the Get Lost. We are at 2. We're 1 short of doing them both. We have to get rid of this. I suppose we don't have enough mana to enable this. They can remove our creature, and we are dead. Oh, that's okay. Let's look at that exile, because you were talking about exile. This is actually the video I posted today was an exile deck. Yep, Krang Exile. This is a really kind of a neat one. So this one did come from MTG decks that I saw. I think I modified it a little bit, but the whole idea is obviously you're trying to exile as many cards as possible. Obviously, Ketramos benefits from that. But you have cards like Kaya that can exile things. You have Krang and Shredder, which is the new card we wanted to really kind of test out. It's a 6 casting cost, and whenever Krang and Shredder attacks each opponent, or enters or attacks, each opponent exiles a card from the top of their library until they exile a non-land card. And then at the beginning of your end step, if a permanent left the battlefield under your control this turn, you may cast a card exiled with it. So it's just a neat way to take cards from them and cast them. This is really good against a um, just a straight up graveyard deck or anything like that. But it's also good against creature decks because it does have a decent amount of ways to get rid of stuff. Has all these dimensional exile, not my watch, death in the family. Kind of a fun one. I do really like. I've never played with this card before, and they had this in the list, the Pit of Offerings. It's kind of interesting. You can drop this and exile 3 cards out of the graveyard. 3 is a lot of cards for something like that. The unfortunate thing is it does come into play tapped, and it doesn't necessarily have the color mana that you need. So you almost have to treat it as a colorless source at that point. Ooze, I really like in a deck like this as well. We can try this one. It's interesting. Decks like this don't do as good later at night for whatever reason. Just different competition. Exile Saturday. It doesn't even have the end in this deck, which is interesting. There was another list I also tried. I'll have to try to find that one. We'll give this one a whirl, I guess. We unfortunately don't go first. This is a very slow hand for going second. I'm not sure about cards like this. I did find when I played my games that they tend to see your hand at one point or another, and then they can just, okay, it's just the dead card, unfortunately. We're playing a control matchup. We're not going to be doing very good here. I mean, we could try here. They're probably just going to counter that. Nope. I'm going to counter this instead. Let that go too. Oh, they're discarding already. Shelter. Okay, they're gonna go after our core. Well, we can get Kaya down, which is awesome. And then we can create a bird token with it, which can block.
Glad to be. Your problems are my
Shouldn't say
problems
bird
as
token,
well.
spirit token that can fly. That was a strange block. All right, or a strange attack, I should say. GG's. So there was another deck, another exile deck. I just want to take a peek at that one too, that I didn't end up making a video for. Trying to see if I have it here. Nah, maybe I don't have it anymore. Oh well, we'll try this one again. This one did feel like it was missing removal though. It felt like I always wanted like a sweeper or something in it. Sultai Mill with Exile. We can do Kring. We'll try this one. I always have like a weird feeling on Mill because if I'm the reality is you could do Mill a couple different ways. You can have fun with the Mill effect. But at the end of the day, I don't know if you want to be exiling their graveyard because you have that artifact that can just win the game on the spot at that point. So it's really kind of a weird dichotomy when you play it. I've seen some decks play a couple different ways. Okay, they're just we'll put that to the bottom. I think it's more of a question of how competitive do you want the deck to be versus fun. It was a fun deck. I really enjoyed that one. Unfortunately, I don't know if you've noticed, but the audience doesn't tend to watch a lot of non-black decks. That's why I kind of cater more to creating those types of decks. Yeah, I can see what you mean by that. Just get that out. We'll get.
I like a good bite. Notice I didn't say fair.
We'll do the +2, start getting stuff out.
Aha! Another clue.
I don't think we need any of these. Get rid of the stock up. Okay, they got the core combo, I'm sure. Yep, because our creature.
As ever.
Gotta get Ketramos out. We're gonna decline that for now. That way we can shred her next turn. Yeah, Mythic definitely has a different level of competition in it. Low Mythic actually is not bad. Alright, they got the combo going. This doesn't do any colored mana, so we can't do Shredder this turn. This is unfortunate. Not a whole lot we can do. Just need one black mana for a Shredder. Here in Plat Health. Yeah, you don't... A lot of people seem to complain about Plat. I don't have as much problems in Plat, I think, as most people, but I guess I don't really think about it. I play enough that I just tend to find myself in Diamond before I even realize it. I was really feeling for Jay Villain the last couple weeks. He's just been kind of stuck in Platinum. And he's finally made it to Diamond, I believe. But I don't know if he's going to get to Mythic before the end. We will get our next down. At least we'll try to. Okay, he now has 6 in his graveyard, so we can cast Strategic Betrayal and turn on Ketramos. Yeah, it's going to end up coming in tapped anyways. Diamond 4. Seems legit. How's it going tonight? Yeah, I actually was playing. I think I did Mythic on stream with a version of King Nate's deck, or I think it was King Nate's deck, the Dino Reanimate one. They're doing a lot of damage to us each turn here, unfortunately. Plus, we're doing 2 to ourselves. But we're gonna start gaining life, which is good. Though they can attack in here with core, and if they drop 1 land, they can do. Geez, yeah, they're gonna have lands. They can attack him with 2 cores. Yeah, this is not good. I think we do. Yeah, too bad we can't drop Shredder. I can't even Ritual Chamber. This is bad. Too bad this doesn't have Vigilance. Yep, I think we're pretty much toast here. We can't attack in because of the cores. We're going to take 6 damage here. Yeah, I'm not arguing against the cease and desist. I think it's more of a playstyle thing for me. It really depends on the decks you see, like you tend to face more. Just for everybody knows, his list had the cease and desist. I cut the ceases and put it in other stuff. Oh, hey, Nacho. Appreciate everybody watching tonight. I was actually able to go live tonight, so I wasn't able to do so last night. He could have just attacked in and won that, couldn't he have? I'm not sure why he didn't. Everything comes in tapped here, unfortunately for us. I mean, at least we could fire this up. Oh, jeez. All right. Maybe we'll switch over to the your reanimate deck. See if we can have some fun with it. I appreciate it. Seems legit. There we go. There it is. So this is the reanimate deck that we hit Mythic with, or at least a version of it, on stream, actually. King Nate created the original list here. Absolutely, Nacho. Seize the Spoils is pretty good. We could discard a Galta and then do a Rakdos joins up pretty early. We'll try it. Red. The skeleton meta. We'll do green. Might be a little tougher of one. Other Seize the Spoils. Let's just say Dinosaur. I actually don't want to discard. Well, I mean, we have to discard the Galta, yeah. And then this is our Surveil land. This is the bummer. It's like we're ready to hit. Rakdos joins up, and we get a tap land. And then another tap land. That's hilarious. I think we do a Smuggler's Surprise. I guess we can hold off on that. Surprise them. Not that it matters much. We should still be okay because this gains life. And we'll be gaining extra life if we can find more creatures. That's 6. Possibly 7 if they pump it. Okay, 7. Down to 6 life. And we're going to be taking damage, keep in mind, from Razorkin. Do this. That was a very poor draw. And we didn't draw anything there either. Yeah, I don't think it really matters too much against red, though, for letting them know. Yeah, I know what you mean by that, though. We can cast that. Gain a little life. We're not drawing any more creatures here, though. Surveil that. Get rid of one. They both have trample. This one has life gain though when we cast something else. I think we get rid of that one. And just hope we get like another tyrant off the top or something. We're dead on the next draw anyways, aren't we? Oh, that's 1 damage. Nope, they got us. We just, I mean, that was kind of odd that we only drew 2 creatures that entire game. All right, this is a little bit better. That's the creature what we needed to find, because that would have killed off their entire team. The only problem is you targeted, so we would have took 6 damage if we would have done that. I think we do mulligan this. We don't have any way to discard. We don't have any reanimates. Okay, we're gonna have to try it. Let's do Tyrant. I do like Mikey. Let's try that. The only reason I kept this is because of that deal 3 damage. Pitch it. We need to find a reanimate. There we go. I think we just get rid of Inti here next turn with the Carnosaur. Before it gets out of hand. Versa. Ooh, but rude. All right, we're in trouble already. We have to do that. This discovery has to be pretty phenomenal. Not bad. We don't even have one anymore, do we? It's a flyer, so it gets around. Yep, they can do 3 damage to us. 4 damage with this. 5, 6 damage. Yeah, GG's. We're just not having luck tonight with this thing. Yeah, could have put it in my hand. You're right. Not that it would change the outcome, but yeah, you're right. You could put that in your hand rather than cast it. All right, this is a better land. Or better hand. We want to get Gulta into the yard, obviously. Let's keep it. Hey, look at that. Now we just need to get up to 5 mana. I think we just do green on this. Okay, just one, so they're gonna go for another elf probably. Interesting. Death touch. Whenever the creature you control enters, gain 1 life. I'm fine with that. I'm gonna probably Smuggler's Surprise next turn to try to get some lands. Rigging the draws. I don't know. I'm not seeing my lands here. Maybe we'll draw it. I don't know. But we're gonna Smuggler Surprise and try to get lands. We already have Galta, so we can just drop the 3 of these and really do a lot of damage. Gain a lot of life, draw cards. Because we also have the Zombify, so we're going to be in really good shape here. As long as we find our land. I haven't seen elves in a long time. I wish this was more of a viable deck. Find an untapped land. Come on. There we go. Do that and a Tyrant. A 2 life. Oh, we could have played a Dark Forest too. We'll Zombify our Galta. We're doing all of these to get the triggers off of that. That's pretty trigger heavy. Okay, he convoked. What did he convoke in here? Elf Warrior, when this creature enters, choose a creature type. Other permanents you control that type has hexproof and indestructible. That was a heck of a draw. Is that enough card draw for you? Jeez. Two, three. We can get rid of that at least. Triggers again. Yeah, unfortunately these all have hexproof. Use the spoils. Discard. Discard. Yeah. We only need to discard 1. I'll attack. We get another creature. Well, that's a little bit of a bummer. We'll keep that one. Trigger even more. You gotta watch your deck at this point. Choose card. I love when it tells you to choose cards to keep. Smugglers. You gotta choose 7, right? Triumph. Untap land. So you probably want to pitch that, right? Rakdos, untap land. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Not sure what they're planning on doing. Well, maybe they have a sweeper. I don't know. That's about it, Nacho. I'll take all of the cards into my hand. Yeah, I was gonna say Elves is viable, but it's not like it doesn't put up wins against the meta, unfortunately. You can get a couple wins out of it, but I, I think you're gonna be hard pressed to get over 50%. At least that's what I've seen. I haven't played the deck personally yet, or played an elf deck yet. I probably should before I really make that kind of opinion on it, but we'll see. Yep, Ray Game works. WotC just cashed my check. We can give this one a whirl. It'd be nice to pitch this and then join it up. Seize the Spoil's a good one. Gets us this a turn earlier. We can pitch to it. Okay. We'll take it, I guess. Hey, Brent, how's it going? How's everything going tonight? We got the Zombify. We just need a way to discard. Got a lot of recursion, which is nice. Jeez. Well, hopefully we find something to pitch into the yard. Okay, well, we found our discard. I think we're going to keep that. Oh, it doesn't even work against that. That's a bummer. Put it in the tapped. I guess it does work against it because of it being instant speed. We'll cast it. It's kind of a bummer we've only seen one dino. Yep. I'm surprised we don't see more of the mono blue, but I guess it's just not that great of a list at the end of the day. I really like the Belion. If you're gonna go control, you're just not mono blue's just really not the space you want to be. All right, I guess we gotta go Cavern if we're gonna bring it back. They only have the one creature. They can just bounce it. It doesn't really do much as this comes in. Yeah, that's nice that the discard can happen before they counter it. Yep, they bounced it. We can surveil, try to find something to put in our yard. Ooh, Serpent. Alright, we gotta get lucky here. Well, that would have been nice to have on the top. Well, there we go. That's a really good one. Let's see if it works. Let's hope we can't pop it. That's a lot of cards. Not bad. Big card draw too, which is good. Alright, GG's. Why they didn't block? I don't know. I don't think they read it and figured out, because if you block that, I could have only looked at the top, what was it, a 6/5 that he had? So 2 cards? Alright, we go first here. We have a way to pitch it, way to get it back. And we'll face a counterspell deck, so we can't do any of it, right? That's how Arena works. At least I'm assuming that's how it works for everybody else, right? Oh, sweet. I haven't seen one of these in a while. Shrine deck. Blood Crypt intact. I think we go after the Future Shark. Oh, we got a Tyrant. Well, I guess we Dinosaur. Put that back, kill those creatures off. Four, 5. We can actually put these into play next turn. That's pretty good. Gotta be careful. No, it's okay, Nacho. I paid a lot of money to them to allow me to do it. Alright, I bounced it to my hand. Let's get... okay, 2 life. Don't have anything in there. Probably should have kept this in my hand, actually. You can cast that. Discard that. Delta. Just get this down next turn. See what else they got. Yeah, it is funny sometimes when you're on a cold streak and you're losing constantly. You're like, man, I'm paying money to play this game. Rakdos joins up. I think we do that. Green for taps, just because we can get in. Kill their creature, get in. Get additional card draws. Okay, I kill it. Could have a sweeper. Destroy all creatures, yeah. We're gonna get Tyrant down next turn. They deal damage to themselves by doing that, though. I don't know if they realize that. GG's. That was a silly match. What do we get? Hey, look at that! Crescent Island Temple right after the Shrine game we had. I already have 4 of these. I don't even know why it gives you those cards when you already have 4 of them. One goes first. Not bad. We can get Ralphie into the yard. We just got to get a way to bring it back. Oh, there we go. I'll pay 2 life so that we can either Bitter Triumph or abandon attachments. I don't like that they have counter mana available though. Let's cast this. Get Mikey. Cost. I think we do it this way. Another Mikey. Do we just keep this in hand? Then what do we discard, right? I guess we don't have to discard yet. Yeah, I guess we can do that. We're going to get up to 7 mana, so we could just start casting stuff, which is going to be just nuts. Let's do green. Get 2 life. They're going to counter this. Hey man, if you're free to play, stay that way, man. That's awesome. Too many people get sucked into buying cards. And it's very expensive if you want to play more than one deck as well. Unfortunately, we're not in the best of shape right now. I got Mikey already there, so I'm going to Bitter Triumph this. I think we'll just do one of them. Ghalta. We'll keep that in the yard. If we can Ghalta into these, we'll be pretty good shape. Rest in peace. 5. We can just cast. I guess we're not up. We need 7 mana for that. And we don't have the spoils. We would have done spoils the other turn. We'll do that. Because if we can get these two... Maybe I should have kept that because that was only 7. Blood Crypt. 8. Okay. I don't see him tap it out again. Well, then again, we just have that happen. I think Mikey is actually the play here. Three, 4, 5, 6, 7. We're actually going to pay 2 life, get Mikey an attack, get another creature, maybe even get a Gulta in. Ooh, that's a pretty good one. See if he blocks it. If not, we're going to get a lot more creatures in. Blocked Mikey. That was the wrong one to block. I hit no dinos. That's the only thing with this deck I've noticed is you can get really burnt on Sun's Avatar by not hitting dinos, even with a big hit like that. Okay, that was a pretty good play. Especially because it got rid of our... Oh, that is a bummer. Seize the spoils. Get rid of this. Dinosaurs, so they can't counter it. Probably just do abandoned attachments. 3 damage. I guess he's the spoils. Is, that's a sorcery. I can't remember. Interesting. All right, you got a deck list for me, huh? Neil, how's it going? Good evening. I think we just go to my turn. Let's get Sun's Avatar out. Can't counter it. We can return it. There's a good shot that we are just dead. Rakdos is a dead card. Can he pump these up? Okay, don't really care about that, but it does help them. Well, we'll try it one more time. Look at that. Alright, they got her. Let me take a look at this list you posted. This is you, Neil, right, Ibanez? Very importing. It does not like that. I'll have to build it manually. Really? Yeah. Oh, I can't create this. I'm out of wild cards for mythics actually. I will build the list out just to show people. Dimension X. That's interesting. I don't have any of those in my collection. Lightning Helix. Got 4 of those. Oh, this is the push-pull. I've seen versions of this deck, of push-pull decks. This is with the combo, isn't it? It doesn't look like you have the combo in here. Summon GF Ifrit. Oh, you do have it. Neutrinos. Yeah, that's the combo I was thinking of. I didn't see it in the list here. Oop, misspelled it. I actually wanted to try this list. I just need to get some wild cards. I have a feeling you don't have the lands. Or is there a reason why you're using these lands in particular? Alright, that's the deck that Neil was showing. The neat thing about this is that it's a 2-card combo between the Neutrios and Aurelia. When Aurelia, whenever it attacks for the first time each turn, untap all creatures you control. And after the phase, there is an additional combat phase. Neutrinos, on the flip side, whenever this attacks, you get to exile a target creature you own and then return it to the battlefield under your control tapped and attacking. So what you do is you exile your Aurelia, and when Aurelia comes in, there's another attack phase, which means this can attack again, exiling another Aurelia, and you basically get infinite attack phases just because you have these 2 cards in play. So it's a pretty stellar combat, or stellar way to do it. And then there's a little trick here that you could do with the pull. So for 6 casting cost, you can get 2 target creature cards from a single graveyard onto the battlefield under your control. They gain haste until the end of turn. Sacrifice them at the beginning of the next end step. So you can actually just discard them to like seize the spoils or something, and then end up just casting them from your graveyard using the pull, and then you'll have infinite attack phases. Kind of a really cool combo here. Now, obviously, if they have a single instant speed removal, it just shuts this down. But it's a neat deck. Really want to give this one a whirl. And this is your other way to discard is Archer, which is interesting. You got Reach in there too. That's neat. Yeah, it's a fun combo. I've seen a couple different deck lists with those 2 cards in it. There's a YouTube channel, MTG Creative Combos. He has a lot of fun combos that he shows off. That's kind of basically the majority of the content he does. A lot of times early in the set, he'll even just show off the combos by themselves without gameplay. Later on, he does do gameplay for a lot of different combos, but a lot of times I'll actually try to take some inspirations from some of his. I've played. I want to say I've showed off some of his decks on the channel before too, but really neat channel. Really like his stuff. Let's get to a deck I can actually play. We'll save this. Hold on. We'll War Leader combo. We'll see if we get that. I have to get 3 more mythics for that one, unfortunately. I only got, what, 8 rares left? So we're running low. We're starting to run low on our wild cards here. We're only three weeks from the next set, though. 3.5 weeks. So we'll end up getting more wild cards at that point. Kind of want to play some Guac Pizza. I really enjoy this deck. I was surprised at how well this actually worked. Curious if anybody's actually seen the Guac Pizza. This was one of those that I first learned on MTG Creative Combos. He actually showed this off before the set release about this combo working. I saw a couple other people make decks for it. I think a Shizzle made one. My list, I made it so it's only 2 color. Oh, got another one there. We'll pull that one up after this match. You posted another deck list, so thank you for that. If anybody wants to post a deck list for me to check out and possibly play, let me know. Or I should say, just go to our Discord. Let me get a link to the Discord real quick for you. There is a link to the Discord if you want to post a deck list. All right, we go first here. Let's keep this one. Actually, I probably should have mulliganed that one, but we'll go for it. Speaker can get one of our combo pieces. This will get our food. The issue is we didn't have any combo pieces in our opening hand. Really should have. I suppose I could drop the Verge there. Playing against blue, so let's go for this. And we will discard that. This is an interesting list here, Neil. Definitely want to give that one a roll. We'll do that after this game here. Unfortunately, we dropped or drew that and not one of the other combo pieces. Suppose we can actually just pitch that. We can find our Redshift. Back in. So we just need our Chrome Dome. We have a Chrome Dome. If we draw a Chrome Dome, we'll have the full combo. We did not. Red, enter tapped. We'll get this out. Back in. So they're Kona deck. I think it's just gonna drop Kona here and win the game. Yep. They can't tap that, can they? Alright, we're Chrome Dome or bust at this point. Guess we do this. This does have flash. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh, we can't do it with that, unfortunately. Do kill their Kona. We don't even get the combo here. Oh, Neil, thank you. Really appreciate it. That helps out. Really, really appreciate that. Give me some GGs in the chat for Neil. I will say, I do enjoy playing a good Kona deck. They are entertaining for me. Well, you're giving me a mill deck here, aren't you? Let me check out this deck here. Let's see here. Call it Neil to start with. We gotta see what it actually is. Okay, so it is a straight up Dimir deck. Let me clean up some of this stuff here. Restless Reefs, Water Graves. There we go. You love these decks that are over 60 cards, don't you? For the cardboard crack, that's about it, yeah. Spectral Sailor. Got 4 of theirs, 2 Spell Snares. 1 3 Steps Ahead, 4 Dream Beavers. Drowner, River Churn Monument. So this is the yep, Mills half their library. That's the one I was looking for. So you do that. The idea is you attack in with Dream Beavers. You can sneak this in on turn 2. They get rid of half their library, and then as long as you give a River Churn out, you can exhaust them for their rest of their deck. But it has kind of a backup plan, it looks like, for having Kato here, which is nice. You also have the sneak for Donatello's. I kind of like that. Let's give this one a whirl. What do you got for land here? 6, 10, 16, 20. You only have 23 land here. How do you have enough land in this deck? Use the flash creatures on a turn, yep. You only have 23 land in a 65 card deck. Hold on here. Does that thing read? Is that reading right? 13, 25, 35, 42. Yeah, 65. That seems really low on land count. I'll give it one run without the lands, but I'm really surprised by that. Do you have land issues with this deck, Neil? You're really low to the ground with your land count. I guess most of the cards are three or less, so you can get away with a little less lands, but you're 65 cards, so it makes it a little harder. Yeah, we'll keep this. We can flash this in at the end of their turn. Oh, shoot. I totally missed the land drop. Get rid of this right now. Oh, they had nowhere to run anyways. Actually, we would have been able to do this even with the nowhere to run. Yeah, that was a big misplay on my part. Yeah, I'm thinking the lands is a little light on this one, Neil. You really need to hit that third and fourth drop. Yeah, because it's just a feel bad at this point. Because we only hit 2 lands in the top 12 cards. Yep, that's a GG on this one. And then then you even have tap lands in there too, which makes it even harder. Yeah. Yeah, Arena does do some favorable draws for you at your initial hand on Arena. It does kind of force you to get 2 lands in your opening hand, even if you have an a lower amount of lands in your deck. But the problem is if you're trying to get to 4 land, that it doesn't help you with that. It only helps you with your initial draw. Let me dig into this deck a little bit here, Neil. I like the deck. I think we need to clean it up a little bit with lands. I just hate getting stuck on 2 lands. Like the Beavers. I like the Sailors. These are interesting when you're doing the bouncing. I think I might just... I mean, we got to reduce cards here a little bit. I like the cards that are in here. It's just a matter of finding space for them. Down to 60. Get one more card here. Probably one of our removal spells. Actually, we're gonna go down a Drowner. I do like the idea of flashing in a Drowner. Tap their creature, and then well, I guess they could block it, so it's not that great. I like the Sailors just because it helps us cast the techniques. Because they're not going to be able to block those most likely because of them having flyers. So I want to have as many of those one-drop flyers as possible. I like Donatello. I haven't played this card yet, Donatello's Technique. I want to try that one. Let's give this a whirl. I do like the list. Yeah, I think the stock-ups... The stock-ups, I think, are going to be there for us to try to find our artifacts. We probably should have went up to 4 on that artifact. For being able to win the game. Okay. One goes first. Let's not miss our land drop this time, right? Oh, shoot. I meant to flash that in. I screwed that up. Didn't matter that much, I guess. Oh, wow. That wasn't a very good game to test on. Let's see here. Opponent goes first. Got a couple spell snares. Got a Monument of Drowner. Probably want to mulligan this. We want to be a little bit more aggressive with what we're doing here. We didn't find any of our 1-drops, but we'll try this one. We're going to hope to try find a 1-drop on our draw. We haven't gone first on any of these, have we? Did not get our drop, unfortunately. Yeah, we're gonna get run over here. Again, I should have waited on that. I don't know why I'm casting these at a time. Gotta wait for the flash. We're just allowing them to shelter it. So I screwed this one up. Yep, definitely screwed this game up. Do a tragic. And a River Churn, I think. Because I think that's how we're going to end up winning this. So we're going to have to pay 2. Alright, that just brought it out of reach here. Yeah, Spectral would probably have been the better one. I don't think it really matters in this one though. Let's go to the next one. I didn't play that one very good. Obviously, I screwed up some of the plays there. But let's see what we got going on. I agree with you on Neil for that. I should have done Spectral and River Churn. All right, Dream Beavers. This one doesn't. I mean, I guess we have quite a few removal, and we do have our beavers, and then hopefully we can draw into stuff. We can't get beavers out in turn 2, though. Dark Knight. Okay, we're not getting beavers out at all until we get rid of this Dark Knight, I think, with a Hex. Another beavers. First main phase, choose one, then draw a card, put a counter on Zuko. Okay. Then return to the battlefield. Okay. Interesting. We just hex this away. I guess we can just get rid of this. But I don't think it's worth it. Land on top. Keep that. Ah. Demonic Pact. Block. We'll attack in. And then jutsu this. Take 2 more. Drop a Dream Beavers. Gain a life. We don't need more land right now. We just need our solutions. I do like the idea of kind of having a backup plan for the mill. Mill decks are okay, but they're not. They get kind of boring after a while. So I like the idea of being able to do 2 different things at the same time with a mill deck. I know there's a while ago I did a mill deck with demons, which I thought was kind of fun. They attack in. We take 3. They did kill our Kato. I didn't even watch what they do to Manic. 4 damage. They did 4 damage to it. And we don't have a whole lot we can do here. You can just shoot the sheriff. Oh, I guess we get that next turn, right? Don't want this. We just need to find something good here. Ironically, they're down to 8 life, and we're going to get Zuko from them, aren't we? But they're going to give us a Demonic Pact here pretty quickly. We got to discard 2 cards. I guess we flash this in, right? They're going to make us discard everything anyway. That's 6. Oh shoot! I totally missed the Kato. You're right. I'm just thinking him as a flash creature, but you're correct. I totally missed plussing Kato. That was an oof. I also totally missed that this. I was thinking this was coming to me. Did I miss that this wasn't triggered one? This is called winning despite misplays. We just got lucky that they didn't give us Demonic Pact, but I guess it wasn't triggered fully yet anyways. All right. We do have Donatello's technique we can use off the Spectral Sailor. We'll try this. Shadowbox. Using the Avatar sleeves. Life. For next end turn, wait till their end step and cast our Spectral. Yes, flash, flash, flash. I keep missing it on this deck here. We could do our tap. Oh, we can kill their creature here. I think we should just kill it anyways. All right. Now 3 steps ahead. I think we could do a starting town and keep either of these up. See where they go from here. And turn. Okay, they got the Sneakling. I'm not worried about that. That was weird they waited that long. Alright, I guess they just gave up. We gotta get some matchups where we actually get to see this full deck play out. Snare, we got Katos, we got Dream Beavers. We'll keep it. Opponent does go first. Probably do a Water Grave into Beaver. Already the Council. Beavers down. We do have a little bit of removal already. We kind of want to find other cards, I guess. Might regret that later, but we'll see. We're trying to find our land, really, with the victory. So we're already regretting it right now, right? Mana value 2 or less. I guess we can kill it with that, so we're good still. And then we keep a spell snare up. All right. Let's see here. They didn't cast anything there. Do we go after the Kato or just keep up our counter? I'm going to keep up the counter for now. I feel like they have a get lost or something, and that'll just blow us out. Take the fire. Did we do the draw too? Jeez. Now we're getting flooded with land. Alright, I think we're just gonna go in. This does keep the spell snare open at least.
Let's give it our all, Pom. Don't worry, Pom Chan. I've got this.
I missed the plus. I missed the plus. Call myself out first on that one. I'm getting too click happy here. Hey, we could spell snare that. That was a good play.
Oh, 1 point for catching me.
Get rid of that. Get monuments down. Or monument down. We can plus here. I was gonna plus that time. Not on top of my game tonight, Neil. All right, we do have Kato again and Spectral. Opponent goes. Seems like we have a lot of opponents going first, don't we? We'll keep this one. We're gonna do blue. We'll pay 2. It is against Izzet. We have 2 Katos, so I think we're going to try it on turn. Well, if we end up getting that much mana, that is. Yeah, blue decks are tricky. It's just a card I don't play with very often. So I'm so used to if it's a creature, it doesn't have a triggered ability that I have to plus. Yeah, if you're not used to playing it, it's kind of an oddball kind of a card. Come on, land. Not good. If you get to this point in the Jeskai deck and you have not drew your 3 land, you pretty much this game's over already. Yeah, how about we just move on here? Try out hopefully drawing more than 2 land a game. Alright, we do have the Sailor into the Technique, and we also have the River Churn. This is like the perfect hand as long as we draw into some land. We'll keep. We even go first, by the way. We will flash this in at the end of their turn. Green. What was the primary cards you were using for finding with Splinter's Technique? I'm kind of curious. Well, that's gross. They're down to 26. Interestingly, how do we handle this? I think we just drop the monument. We're not finding our land, which is unfortunate. But if we get 2 more land, we just win the game. All right, GG's. I think they still had a shot there, especially with us only being at 2 land. Yeah, River Churn is the big one. Katsumi. We do have it again, Katsumi and River Churn. Or we don't have the River Churn, but we have the Katsumi and Sailor. I can see what you mean by that. I get the whole idea of the Splinter's Technique. And that's probably why you're only playing 3 of the River Churns in there, I bet. Because you search them up. We'll keep this. Now we only have 1 untapped land here, which is kind of risky here. So we'll do blue, 2 life, and see what they do. Hopefully we get an untapped land. That way we can drop our Technique next turn. We got her. What do we got here? Okay. It is your typical Orzhov Skelly deck. I'm not as hot on the strategic betrayal in this situation, but let's see how it goes. Yeah, I think I might. I think I'm gonna play around with this one off stream, and I like the bones of it. Don't have black mana, unfortunately. We can just spectral this and kill that thing. Or I mean, flood pits. Let's just do that. I could have just locked it down before, but oh well. Yeah, I should have locked it down before, and we could have attacked it and got Kato. So that wasn't the greatest of plays. End this turn. This is a really fun deck. I like the ideas behind it. Okay, they get a fast miner coming here. They could bounce this back if we kill this, so I think we just let this go. Flashing our sailor. And then we can hex it now. And that doesn't trigger the corpses. Ooh, River Turn's really good. We can ninjutsu this in. We'll make sure to plus this right away.
Don't be jealous of my tap. Ha! I love a dramatic
Surveil,
entrance.
draw a card.
Information is its own weapon.
I think we're going to try going for it right away. End turn. A little bit risky, but we'll try it. Betrayal, yeah, Betrayal gets rid of their graveyard. We don't want to get rid of their graveyard. Because the River Churn Monument will win the game for us. Hope that made sense, Nacho. Okay. Actually, I'm okay with that for the Kato. Thankfully, he doesn't have those triggers. Okay.
Fine. I'll make a new plan.
I'm going to flash this in and block just to retain life. Do you have a spell stare available? That stinks. Oh well. What are you gonna do, right? Has to be value 2. That was only a value 1. Oh, did I miss that earlier when they sheltered? Oh. I guess I wasn't worried about the Kato at that time for whatever reason. I was more worried about keeping up the removal. Yeah, they got us. They're good. Yeah. That would have worked for keeping the Kato. I mean, not that it mattered, but yeah, you could have kept Kato if you would have got that. I was thinking we would just be winning the game the next turn if we could add the monument. All right, we got a couple more games in us. We'll try something else. I'll give you guys a sneak peek. We are actually playing an Allies deck tomorrow's video. So this is a really neat list for allies, and the big card here is the Mardu Siegebreaker, and this one has Death Touch, Haste, and when this creature enters, you exile a creature, which is really slick in the allies deck because all of them have enter the battlefield abilities. So when you exile it with this and then you attack with this creature, you drop a copy of that creature. So you can just picture if you have a copy of Aang, you get to airbend or waterbend, sorry. If you have a copy of, airbend, sorry, and then you have a copy of Aang, the Crossroads, you can get a card out of your deck, and you can do that repeatedly every time you attack him with this. Or if you have the Earth King, you're able to continue dropping Earth Kings every turn, and your creatures just kind of go insane. And remember, when you're doing that, you're dropping an ally, so it triggers all these other cards as well. So it's kind of a really slick kind of a deck how it works. As long as they can't, I think the big thing is if they can do like a double sweeper, this deck really can get hurt, but otherwise it's a pretty fun one to play. It does get around the counters because you have a lot of lower casting cost creatures. Standard rank, yep. You got a Ninja Sneak deck there, Brent? Post it in the Discord. I'll take a look at it. I don't know if we can do it tonight yet because we're getting pretty close on time, but let me copy the Discord here. All right, we got a Fearless, we got the South Pole. We'll try this one. We go first. We got Earth and Ally as well. Allies down right away. Kill it right away. All right. See, this is the unfortunate. This is the only hard part about the deck is I want to get the right mana for this, but I just don't have it available. If I do this in human, I can't cast this in time. So what I'm going to actually end up doing is I'll start with this and make that decision later. Voice of Victory. Lieutenant's not bad. I think I gotta go for Ally here. That way we can get a double trigger off of the Lieutenant when it drops. We also get the draw, which is nice. No attacks. War Leader's Call. It's now a 2/4. We did not draw land. This does get multiple creatures created. I almost kind of want to lead with this. Just because of the additional allies that come into play. Because this is going to be really good. No attacks. Another War Leader's Call. That's a little rough. Okay, fanatical. I have a feeling he might go after like a reinforcements or something. Okay. It's not the worst. Now we got another one of the Earth Kings. And we did get our land, which is good. We're gonna pay 2 life. We'll get out another Earth King. You can just see how out of hand this deck gets in no time. Now they have to block this. Yeah, you know, that's the thing with doing daily deck videos and things like that. Every day I'm pretty much playing a deck. Short of demons, I'm pretty good with demons all around with all different varieties of it because of how much I've played it. But almost every day I'm playing cards that I probably never played before, or combinations of them that I've never done before. So, yeah, it can be a huge challenge. Hey, thank you for posting that, Brett. I saw it just got posted. I'll check it out after. Actually, let me look. Let me take a look here. Let me bring it in. We can do that right now live. It has cards that I don't have though. Little Mardu list going on here. Curious what am I missing from this list? Oh. I'm still missing one Parlor, which is interesting. All right, so the list here, we'll look at this. Lots of one-offs. Inquisitions, got the Restoration Magic. Shard Mages, 2 Dreamweavers, Shelters, Splinter with the Sneak, yeah. Dark Leo. I did see Jay Villain's deck. I was watching him play last night, and he posted the deck today. He had a Dark Leo deck going on. Leonardo Big Brother, Ninja Blades, Shredders Rising. So there's quite a bit of Sneak in here. This is kind of an interesting one. Let me do, instead of the Parlor, let's go with hold on here. Get our lands going. We're gonna get a do we have enough to do it that way? I might just do it that way. Just do one of those. We'll give this one a whirl. Save and exit. Yeah, I think the mana can be cleaned up when I was looking at it. Obviously, I think I'm guessing you probably are missing some of the rare lands and stuff. This one probably doesn't feel that good. This feels a little bit better. That's really expensive right now. Sneak Splinter. What do you typically sneak Splinter off of? Because, I mean, we had, what, True of the Dream? I guess you have the Inquisitors. Inquisitor's a really good one to sneak, actually. True Dream. So you got 5 1-drops creatures. I think we just gotta get Splinter out here. We're not doing anything else, unfortunately. Yeah, we didn't see any of our 1-drops, unfortunately, in the first and second hand that we had, and we couldn't mulligan again. Yeah, we're gonna get run over here real quick. Yeah, I think this one's... let's try this one again. Hopefully we get a better starting hand on the next game. Yeah, I really like the idea of the Inquisitors combined with sneaking. The only thing is they're really easy to block. That's the only problem. See if we can get a light stall opening hand here. Nope. Mulligan again. Jeez. These hands are just miserable. Let's try a third one. Oh my god. This isn't going too good here, Brent. Hey, Subspecies, how's it going? Glad you could catch it for a little bit. We're not going to be on too much longer. We're just trying out one of Brent's decks here. And we're seeing a lot of green. Deck's not feeling very sneaky the last couple games, unfortunately. Yeah, it's that time of year. Try to get everything cleaned up. Oh, you're in Australia. Guess it's not that time of year for you. I was just talking about Australia with my son. We were talking about different places around the world that we'd like to visit. And that was one of them. I think you actually almost need more of the beavers, to be honest with you. I think the beavers are there. If you're going to do sneak, you probably should have 4 beavers in the deck. Because they can't get blocked typically because there's not a lot of flyers. They got this game. I'd have to modify this one more to really give it a good whirl. I think I would put more beavers in there. Let's quick pop it up here. Because you want to try to be able to actually sneak stuff into play. The problem with the Inquisitor is they can just block it. It only has 1 defense. If they have any, even, you know, an otter or anything, they'll just block this. They won't even worry about letting it come in. Especially because they don't want to worry about it getting sneaked. Whereas the beaver has flying, so it has a little bit of evasion. So kind of like you saw in the last deck, we had the blue flyer as well as the beavers. It worked really well with being able to sneak stuff in. Inquisitor doesn't work as well for that. Inquisitor is fantastic to cast the second time, but it's a lot easier for them to block, unfortunately. So I think you need to have ways to sneak these cards into play if the Inquisitor can't do it. And I think 4 Beavers is probably the way to do that. Possibly even, as much as I like the Inquisitor, I might even swap that out for another flyer, like a 1/1 1/1 lifelinker or something like that. Menace, if you can find a menace that fits in the deck, so you could grab like a burnout. Bastronauts. That would also allow you to start your engines. This would get double strike eventually too, which is kind of interesting. So you could do something like that. Like I said, I like the those Inquisitors, but they're easy to block, which is the unfortunate thing. If you're relying on sneaking stuff into play, you almost need something like this. Obviously, we will have to clean up the lands to be able to really consistently get those colors early on. But I think that'd be the way to do it. Yeah, I think there's a basis of a deck here they can work on. We'll save that one out and maybe work on that one later. All right, we got one more game in. We'll play the Allies deck again. Gorehound. Gorehound's not bad because that also allows you to do some other stuff too. We got the Siege Breaker. We do have an ally turn 1. We'll try this. Get the Earthen ally down. We can make it a 2/2 when we drop this. I'm actually going to change this to human. Because we have the Siege Breakers. In the summer, yep. We're still about a month away from really summertime here. They're rampant pretty good here. We didn't have the best of draws too. Oh, that's not good. So we do this again for human. And then no attacks. They've got a lot of land available to them, unfortunately. Weaver. 1, 2, 3, 4. They could do an Ouroboros still. I bet it has. What part of Australia are you in? Do a human again. That's not the greatest one to get rid of, but oh, it's not an ally. Can't do that. Oh well. does bring this back, which is nice, and then we get another Mardu next turn. So they must not have much in their hand that they let both those things die for 4 damage. 8 hours north of Brisbane. Okay. They do have a Borite. Wow. Now you, I know we were looking at the map of that yesterday. So Australia has, I guess, when you think of large cities, you have what, 4 large cities or 5? Because you have 3 on the east coast, 1 on the west, and then 1 on the south. That I would consider large. All right. Yeah, I think we gotta kind of just let this go. We didn't have a very good draw on this one. Earth King. We want to grab Earth King actually for this. No tax. Ah, 60,000. Okay. How many people live in Brisbane? Ooh, that's a rough go there. Yep, we lost this one. We'll just attack in here for fun. Yeah, I kind of figured most of them would live around those the big cities. All right, GG's. $2.6 million. That's a good size. All right. Well, sorry to bail on you, subspecies. It's getting late over here, and we're gonna have to call it a night. We got what did we get? 2.5 hours. Yeah, about a little over 2.5 hours of gameplay tonight. So that was pretty good. And I want to say thank you to everybody. Neil, thank you for the $10. Appreciate that. Everybody else, thank you for watching, tuning in. I'm glad you could catch it, subspecies. It was great talking with you. And Brent and Neil, and thank you for the decks. Checking that out tonight. And everybody else, have a fantastic evening and rest of your weekend. We'll talk to you later.